What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bob's Garage. Today we're doing our first repair in the new location. Welcome back, everyone. So today what we're going to be working on is a coolant leak that I have. And I've been having this issue for about a month or so, and I just, with the moving and all the calamity with all that, I haven't had any time to investigate where the coolant leak is coming from. So it's not very major. It's kind of a slow leak, but it does leak when I drive the car hard, which is every time I drive the car. And it appears to be somewhere on the passenger front side, probably like underneath the lower radiator hose area. So I'm going to go over that today, try to figure out what's going on, fix that leak. And because every probably once or twice a week I have to top off my coolant reservoir, and so that low coolant sensor is definitely getting a workout. But other than that, we still have a couple other outstanding issues that we need to work on, so that'll be covered in a couple other future episodes. I still need to get to that clock spring, especially before winter. And what else? Alright, here we are under the car. And in typical B5 fashion, it's hard to see anything going on. So what I just did was degreased underneath here. So I had a bunch of oil accumulated right around here underneath the lower oil pan. Cleaned up all these lines here. This cross member was full of gunk. So I believe, just looking at the spots on the ground, after leaving the skid plate off, I believe that the leak is somewhere right underneath here. So right underneath this region here. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to run the car, just let it run. It's up on jack stands right now. You can see the coolant level's low. It should be somewhere up to here, and it's down here. So I'm going to top it off and then let it run for a little bit, see if I can see it leak. And if it's not leaking, then I will go on a test drive and beat on it a little bit, and then bring it back in and see what I can find out. So stay tuned for more. Okay, so I just had a little bit of an oh shit moment. I was unscrewing my cap on my reservoir here just to top it off, and when the car's hot, the system's pressurized, but as I took this cap off, you can see the water drops here. Water is shooting out over here. Unfortunately, that water looks clear though. I was thinking maybe this is where my leak was. I guess not. Maybe it had rained yesterday. That was weird. So I don't know if the lines were just jumping. So like the system's pressurized and it always goes psst when you open it. Well, I opened it and it did that. This, oh, what, you know what? What is this here? What is that? Oh, is that my, like, oh, you know what? It's hard to see, but this tube right down in here, I think that's like the overflow tube. Oh, yeah, okay. So that looks like it's the overflow tube. That's probably supposed to point straight down, and I got it bound up. I must have done that when I put it back, reinstalled it. So that's probably just holding rainwater or something. So what I'll do is I'll unbolt these, lift this up, make sure this drain rubber line is going straight down rather than kinked up. I never noticed that. Okay, so I got excited. I thought it was going to be a quick fix, but stay tuned for more. So I figured I should probably give a little bit of a better explanation or view of what I was just talking about. So this is the reservoir tank for the G12 coolant, and the hose that I was talking about is this hose back in there. Now this hose, it's hard to hold the light. There's the hose there, and it connects into the overflow tank. Well, it connects right in that little groove back in there. So I guess when you overflow the tank, it gets into this outer piece here, goes into that hole, and then drains out that tube. So I believe that tube just goes straight down. I don't know how it's supposed to route. I don't want it dumping coolant right on top of my turbo, but I guess that's also for like overpressurization. So, but anyway, it was that hose was like kind of like tucked up and kinked up in here. So I think it was just holding rainwater. So when I opened the lid and depressurized the system, a little bit of air was blowing out that hole and shooting rainwater, which I thought was coolant, and I got all excited, but yeah. So okay, I'm gonna reinstall this coolant tank or reservoir tank, top it off, fire it up, and then try to figure out where this leak is. One thing that I wanted to note that's been kind of bothering me lately are these plastics. So you can see the crack in this one here. This one's good, that one's good. I don't have my valve cover plastics on because I was working on those coil packs, if you remember. I replaced what is it, number 4, number 5 over on the driver's side. But then today I was just kind of inspecting back here, and you know, I was looking back in here, and you can kind of see there's some junk back in here, so I don't know if the leak or something's spraying back here. But I had my hand on this right here. I was like leaning on this, and I pushed down on this, and I cracked it. So it's hard to show, but there's a big crack right through the middle of that. So that kind of bothers me. That's cracked. That one over there is cracked. And then I lost the freaking little what is that? Little screw down hold for this. So you know, these plastics are going for a lot of money. They're like over $100 for a whole set of them online. So I don't know. One of these days I'm just gonna get pissed and pull the trigger. But I know once you go stage 3, typically this one won't fit, or this one here won't fit, because throttle body boots, aftermarket throttle body boots, cause clearance problems and all that. So okay, well, back at it. Okay, so was not able to find the source of the leak. I went on a test drive in the car. I drove it like 5-10 miles or more. Beat the snot out of it. Put some cardboard under the front end, and no drips after letting the car sit for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. I guess that's the nature of the beast. So I will have to revisit this soon. So stay tuned for more.